Seems like she been going through some emotional issues, man. I could kind of see some of that going on at the streamer university. I thought she would have had more impact at that time, but we finna look at these clips and see what's going on with our girl Kaya, man. I fuck with Kaya, man. I hope she pulled through.
I'm just irritated. Like my name just gets slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me, and I literally don't do nothing. Like nothing. Like nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything. Like nothing affects me no more. Like it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
Now, as much as I love cooking with Kaya, she can't act as if she doesn't play a part in some of these conversations that's being had around her. When Cooking with Kaya first came onto the scene, I was one of the early adopters of her mantra, and just the whole movement that she had going on. I really appreciated that she was very catching with her jingle, introducing some sort of new content, and was putting a spin on the whole cooking content, while having a lot of the world either feeling her or upset at her because of the way that she was going about doing things.
I'm sorry, but I do not like this little Cooking with Kaya hoe. First of all, I was on the phone with this dude the other day. He got sent.
I seen this chick when she first dropped her video. She's a fucking hater though. She gonna say all this just to say she can't cook and twerk. Like that shouldn't be the reason why people slandering Kaya because y'all can't do what she do to keep a man or whatever. She don't. I don't even know if she got a man. What I'm saying is y'all should not be intimidated by what Kaya do in her videos to get monetized and to get fans. Like that's rubbing y'all wrong because y'all not shaking ass and cooking meals, and that's sad. That's not good.
Cooking with Kaya, cooking with Kaya.
That's just like some hater
First of all,
shit.
don't be singing that on my mother phone. Then, what make it even worse, I can barely cook. I might be able to cook a little cornbread and a little cat.
If you can't cook, shut the fuck up. We don't want to hear from you.
But all that, I can't cook like that. Then you got the girl dancing
Sorry.
while she cooking. Like, girl, you was doing that for no
Sorry.
reason. Like,
No
it would have been
offense.
cool if the girl didn't have a dump truck. My man is not allowed to watch Cooking with Kaya, period, point blank. I don't care, I don't care, I don't care.
She captivated the world with her viral dance, the viral jingle, and shaking her ass while holding a plate of food, which is all good and
It's good
dandy.
content to
Having
me.
a hook and a catchphrase while doing some sort of content usually gets people in it. And being popular by
But
any
see, one thing about the internet, you gotta have like a cold heart. Like you gotta like be like stone cold on the exterior. You gotta not give a fuck about nothing. Like me coming into my YouTube journey, I don't give a fuck about nothing, and I'm never gonna give a fuck about nothing. Niggas can come slander me or whatever. I was him before and after. See, Kaya, they young and shit that come with the fame, it just be overloading their brains. It be too much going on.
series by no means is a bad thing,
Like
except for when
Kaya,
you continuously play into.
excuse me, but Kaya should pay attention to the people that do love her, cause I'm sure it's enough people that do fuck with her shit for her not to be caring about the side that don't care. That doesn't matter. At this point, you'd have made some of yourself. People don't make it that far, so take that with a grain of salt.
Play it up and it becomes your personality. And I think that that's what Cooking with Kai is facing. It doesn't help that she's aligned herself with a lot of the people that the internet is having a hard time with right now. After Streamer University, she aligned herself with the likes of DDG, which the internet apps.
And that was just bad timing, because if she would have aligned herself with DDG right a year prior, it would have been one of the better moves. Now people just the Haley Bailey shit, and he dropping weak albums, whatever. I mean, allegedly, whatever.
Hates at the moment.
He's actually a genuine nice person. Like he is shark, he be sharking, but to me he's just a genuine person. He's never been like a weirdo. He's never been like, he's very respectful.
I feel like as you get to know me more throughout these rounds, you will get to see my heart and see where the type of person I really am. Because on the line they paint me as a terrible person, but in real life,
Me too.
yeah. And I want to tell you in front of all these people.
And I ain't gonna lie, DDG growing on me a little bit, man. I'm starting to learn him a little more. He a little corny, he a little lame from time to time, but I'm starting to understand the method to his madness. I get kind of how he moved, like why he moved, how he moved, and shit like that. Like I don't. just from the outside looking in, I'm starting to understand him a little more. I wasn't a big DDG fan early on, but I fuck with him.
The hate that you getting is because you're pretty. That's it.
And while I do think that that's some of the more recent
I
and
get
bigger
it.
issues that Cooking with Kaya is facing is who she's aligning with, we cannot skip over the fact that her already persona has been amplified times 10 ever since she stepped into the WL community. And it's super strange because even before, when she first got onto the scene, it was very much a tamed and subdued version. I've seen her do cooking streams with Ray. I've seen her do cooking streams with Rakai. I've seen her do cooking streams with even DDG, and they were...
I feel like at that time she was still twerking and shit though. I mean, her whole introduction to this shit was twerking. So I don't understand how the stream could get any worse unless she start getting on Patreon or OnlyFans or some shit. And I don't see that. I see her doing cooking streams and wearing tight clothes and shit and dropping meals, and she just involved guys. When she started involving other streamers, bitches really started hating. That's when it really became a problem.
And they were not as lies. But as time went on, we could see her real colors coming out. You see, this community has a very, very strange relationship with women. And we've talked about it before, and of course we'll get into it again. But when a pretty woman, or hell, even any sort of woman is on screen, the object of the joke is them. The idea and what they're targeting is them. And 9 times out of 10 is sexualizing them. Now, I don't think that any of this stuff is inherently bad. Like, I'm about to show video with Kaya in some shorts. She's at the grocery store buying groceries. It's not necessarily bad. But the camera angles decided by the cameramen of these streamers is very, very telling.
And then like that. That's cool. And then melt that, and then rinse those off, and then
now, what I see right now is her in the whole frame and him in the whole frame. Now, what you could say is her clothing choice could be a little subjective, maybe. But that's what the people here for. That's what we here for. We want to see them. We want to see them clappers, man. That's what we here for. So I don't understand why they want her to tone it down. Like, that camera angle is not an issue. I think the world is getting kind of soft, and it's really sad. Like, you don't want to see a beautiful woman cooking a meal. This is not as provocative as people make it seem. I don't see the issue in this. I can get with this. Like, they act like she just dropped the whole plate and just started twerking for no reason. That would be stupid content. Like, I see him in the frame and her in the frame. She's just a good looking chick. It is what it is.
I don't even know what the fuck I want to say.
That ass fat. Why y'all mad?
You talking about me? Look, I gotta call out.
Nah, I be dropping stuff a lot. They had a whole debate on Instagram talking about sour cream did not belong in macaroni.
90% of that conversation wasn't even about cooking. It was about...
And I didn't see the full clip, but I didn't hear nothing or see nothing disturbing.
sexual innuendos. There wasn't really any learning involved at all. It was just, hey, this is her from behind, even though we could get another camera angle. This is her from behind. And hey, look at these little bitty shorts she's got on while we make jokes about macaroni noises. And I cut slack for Cooking with Kaya because I understand.
I ain't hear nothing about no macaroni noises. I heard something about sour cream. I heard something about ingredients, but I ain't hear nothing about macaroni noises. Okay?
Game, and it is what it is. But I already know from past situations with women in the
I think the word getting a little soft. I heard nothing about macaroni
making
noises.
some jokes certain times. The community at large is going to sexualize you. This is a bunch of young and horny men ready, willing, and able to ship any relationship she's in with any sort of man, whether it be platonic or semi-romantic or whatever, or hell, even if they're just captured on screen together. We've gone through this with Connie Rose, Kalani Rogers, Senna, and whoever else is in the WL. WL is just a certain community on Twitch. I know some of the older people have asked me to break that down before, but this is, you know, Aiden Ross, Agent 00, Kai Sinat, Duke Dennis, Phantom, DDG, you know, that side is WL. It's for wins, loss. Is this a W a good thing or an L a bad thing? Just had to break that down.
People were just making shipping jokes and they went too far. And now people are like, oh, you slept with this person, did you, or whatever. And I'm like, you know, for me, I just don't want that to be attached to my name because I
mean, if you're a beautiful woman on the internet, like, you're gonna get trolled. Like, people are gonna try to over-sexualize you. That's part of the game. You gotta have a tough exterior if you got fans on the internet. Period. Or any kind of fans. Any type of following. People gonna hate you and love you. If people not hating you, then you're not doing shit. You're not on shit. If people not, if you ain't got no haters, you're not on shit. Okay.
Did not have any relations with my friends. Do you know what I mean? Or my friend. And that person is my friend, and I want it to be that way. You know, at this point, it's being dragged. Like, it's just being dragged. So I would like it to just go away so that I can, like, not have people do that.
It seems like every woman in this community that I talk about, Senna, Lala Batiste yesterday with DDG, Zoe Spencer, Connie Rhodes, Kalani Rogers, just about any woman, and now Cooking with Kaya, seems to have some struggles with their perception in the community, romantic relationships, parasocial relationships, you know, just their presence being completely platonic when it comes to a lot of these people. And I already know that there are online pressures that a lot of these young women face when going into the online sphere that push them towards content like OnlyFans and, you know, playing into the sexuality. It's not just that easy to avoid. Most of the jokes surrounding them are normally sexual.
I'm gonna be honest. Is it weird if I say that I wanted to be the throat goat, but
That's so.
Why would you say that?
Where it starts to go bad for a lot of them is when they participate in the joke, is when they start leading the conversations, and when these young women fall into the trap that this community has set. Which brings me back to Cooking with Kaya and her antics at Streamer University and how I believe we got to the point where she is getting the hate that she is getting today. Cooking with Kaya was announced as a professor at Streamer University, where she was supposed to teach color.
So at Streamer University, I didn't see many clips from her. Like, people weren't really like clipping her shit because I didn't see her doing much. I felt like she was going through some shit then because she didn't have the impact that I expected her to have. I was looking for Kaya. Kaya didn't have shit going on. It was all about India Love, DDG, a little bit of Duke, you know, Reggie, who else was I seeing? Funny Mike, like, but she didn't really have no impact. I ain't gonna lie. You just, she in the corner looking sad. I don't know. I don't know.
Classes, you know, be a personality, etc., etc. And while her star did take off there, it might have been for the wrong reasons in hindsight. Now, it all started when she went to some sort of party where she was dancing with a couple of content creators, most notably Quan, the fashion content creator from TikTok, and she had her ass slapped on by him. Now, because this is the internet, obviously this was captured and sent
Quan
out to
slapped
the
that
ethos,
ass.
but what we did not know is that she had a...
So if you don't know Quan, shout out to Quan, man. Quan got them whips, and Quan got that drip. I can't knock him. I fuck with young Quan, man. Quan doing his thing.
From this whole time, who was sitting at a hotel maybe a couple miles away consuming all this, and he proceeded to crash out on the internet, and rightfully so. Now, where Cooking with Kaya went wrong within this situation is not only going to a party and dancing with a guy and having him slap your ass and claiming that you didn't feel it. That story felt like rubbish, but regardless of that, coming to the internet and publicly addressing it in the way that she did is where she lost a lot of her credibility and where a lot of credibility to the quote-unquote hoe phase
I didn't
name
follow up
or
on
whatever
that.
that she's
I did hear that her boyfriend crashed out, but I didn't follow up on how she reacted to it. So this is gonna be interesting to see to me. I'm sure y'all might know about this, but
which I don't believe in. I think that that's totally disrespectful. But this is just what the internet is calling her. They got a lot of it from her response, which was bad, and it was led by something in her early 20s.
I'm not gonna speak on his situation because I did have. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. Of course, I have feelings for him, but I feel like he really did the most about this situation, and the way he's trying to slander my name like I'm a whore.
And she's still at the Streamer University. But one thing about it, bro, y'all gotta understand, these relationships don't be serious. Like, Buddy probably was on the brink anyway. She probably got, well, they say he had clout. So I'm not sure. They say he got a little clout with Dude, but I'm sure as her rise to fame, it was already a little tension in between that. Like, this probably just tipped the scale. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. Like, this shit probably was bound to happen with or without Streamer University.
If I was one, that would be embarrassing for you.
This is
Like,
my
why would
take on
you
it.
stay with a whore? Why would you
She was
cry
rising to
for a
fame,
whore
and
when
he
she
got
says
clout.
she wants you to go get established and that she doesn't
It
want
is
to be in a
what it is.
relationship? Why would you literally cry? Y'all, I've never seen a man cry like that. And I'm not, men can cry, but it just got to the point where it's like, dang, like every time I tell you anything like that, like you should take, like that should be a good thing. I just want you to be established. That's all I want.
And so what a lot of people surmise from that, and probably what I did too, is that being around all these other established content creators let her be wild and free and forget about the commitment that she made at home. Regardless of anything, there were some conversations it seemed like that were had beforehand, and she decided to go ahead and not acknowledge them or, you know, just go against them when she got to Streamer University. Then in front of the millions of people watching this content, she emasculates him, talks about how he's crying, talks about how he's not getting any money, all these different things. And I can see why the dog piling is coming. Like, I can hear the barking in my ear. Now, if these are her true feelings, I would think that she would just not have this conversation online, because this does not seem like it's for public consumption. But so naturally, people were going to be ticked off about this.
So y'all mad? That's why I say the world is getting weak. That's a decision Kaya is choosing to make. If that's how she feel, that's how she feel. Buddy should just go do his thing. I heard he got clout. Just boss up. It ain't nothing to cry about. Like, if she's moving Aki, let her move Aki. The shit is on the internet. It ain't like she doing it behind closed doors. Like, this should really show you what you need to know, brother.
And the fact that right after the
It shouldn't
apology,
be
she got into
personal,
more
is what I'm
twerking.
saying.
Let away touch my back.
And I would say that was the only
Like,
sexual
losing
acts
fans for
playing
that?
into the sexual conversations that
How she losing fans? Like, y'all personally, so y'all fans of him, y'all loyalty lie with her boyfriend more than her. Y'all on her stream and mad because she cutting off her boyfriend? What the fuck? She never was that type of, like, I can see if her content was surrounding being a housewife or loyal, whatever. She just twerking and making food. Twerking and making food. She not giving y'all seminars on how to be a better woman in life and all that shit. Y'all go too far, bro.
I did at Streamer University, but I would be totally wrong. There was also videos of her having not one, but two nip slips and then laughing about it. And I can't show them, but trust me, they're out there. I don't even think that they're actual nip slips. It's just playing into the sexual nature of the whole matter. So when you play into the sexual manner, this group is already sexualizing you. The outcomes, obviously, later down the line are going to come affect you. There are going to be people that are calling you names. There are going to be people that are bashing you. And then
See, my thing is, I don't think Kaya is disturbed by the people who over sexualizing her. I think she is getting disturbed by the people who is hating on her for being over sexualized. And that's the key to all of this. I don't think she's going through all this because like niggas hitting her DM like, damn, you fine, I wanna fuck. I think that she's getting slander from the woman community and people like who's trying to hold her to a higher standard than she want to live by. She just chilling. Y'all want to make her do all this extra shit and be upstanding and all of this. Like, she just want to twerk and cook and hang out with streamers, bro. Y'all want her to get married to Buddy. That's tough.
having serious issues online with your mental
Like,
health
who
and
gives a fuck
stability,
if she
people
having
aren't going to
nip
take it
slips?
seriously.
That's what you're doing. You're young. You go through shit.
Get to the twerking part.
It don't even look like it no more.
Yeah, get to the
No nigga don't
twerking
be giving
part.
no fuck. Get to the part that's good.
Cooking with Kaya. Cooking with
Yeah,
Kaya.
show them
Cooking
tacos
with
and twerk.
Kaya. Cooking with Kaya.
It's
Time
lit.
to hit the gym, my boy. Time to
lit.
hit the gym, my boy.
Somebody that's the
lit.
same stream where she decided to end early because she was feeling very emotional about the hate that she was getting. Look, I'm not saying the conversations that
lit.
people are having about Kaya.
That video just brought joy to me. That's what I want to see. I want to see twerking and tacos.
Cool or right, because I've seen some out-of-pocket name calling when it comes to her. But I do believe that she is now starting to play into that conversation and culture that surrounds women in the WL. She went on an E-Date last night, featured by Aiden Ross and a bunch of other streamers. And naturally, there's going to be some discourse about that. I mean, the parasocial epidemic is outrageous. My word of advice to her, and I know people are going to make it seem like I'm hating, but trust me when I say this is coming from a place of genuine care for her mental stability and all this. She just lost lost her sister not too long ago. And it seems like she's actually really going through some stuff, especially as a young woman with all this fame and, you know, this seemingly fortune coming into her to existence. Kaya, this community sexualizes women. Full stop. It is very easy to play into those conversations, but once you are in it, it is also very hard to get that stigma off of you. Play the game smart.
Now, I'm not saying she should indulge overly, but that's what got her to where she is. Indulge, but have a tough exterior. Don't go too far, but use it to your benefit. You are cooking with Kaya. If you're not twerking that ass, your content, like if she's not twerking and doing stuff like that, what is she doing? I don't understand what y'all want her to do. There's no converting from that. That is her content. Now, what she can do is try to make the content a bit more premium, a little less sleazy, but we still want to see you looking sexy and cooking tacos and fucking spaghetti. It is what it is, bro.
Game the right way. Otherwise, there's going to be more days of hate. And while people are telling you, hey, that's hate, don't worry about it, just keep doing you, they will keep featuring you on their videos and getting higher views and higher views because you are an attractive woman, while you have to deal with the misery, while you have to deal with the pain, while you have to deal with the anguish, and while you have to.
So, yeah, man. Until we come back again with more wavy takes with Big Wave God, like and subscribe, leave a comment, do anything you can to keep me going. I'm going to drop some better content, upgrade equipment, and just keep this shit rolling, man. Like and subscribe. Fuck with me.